Well, tomorrow is primary day, and voters in Maine's 2nd congressional district will choose one of 4 Democratic candidates vying for a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives.
We caught up with everyone on the ticket ahead of tomorrow's primary. News Center Maine's Ryan Bell has the details.
A final election eve push from the 4 Democratic candidates running for Congress in Maine's 2nd congressional district.
I have a record of supporting Maine families, jobs, health care, education, the environment, that none of the other candidates have.
State Senator Joe Baldacci keying in on affordability during his final press conference, continuing to condemn the war in Iran and intensifying his attacks on former Governor Paul LePage, the presumptive Republican nominee running unopposed in his primary.
Paul does not care that the war in Iran has cost Mainers at the gas pump, at the grocery stores, and for some Americans, their lives.
Inside the Bangor Public Library, former congressional staffer Jordan Wood highlighting his support for a universal health care system.
And I believe that we should expand Medicare to include dental, hearing, and vision.
Wood also pledging to oppose corporate money and influence in Washington,
because this is the barrier that stands in the way of our ability to deliver the historic social change that we need around affordability.
Just up I-95 in Old Town, we caught up with State Auditor Matt Dunlap before a final round of door knocking.
What I've heard from folks is they're very concerned about the state of our democracy, the cost of living. There's a lot that's pressing down on people right now, and they want some change, they want some relief, and that's why I'm running.
Dunlap singling out Baldacci for taking money from national groups working to elect Democrats.
The voters of Maine should have the right to determine the outcome of these elections.
Meanwhile, social worker Paige Loud sharing her closing argument at a Pride event over the weekend.
I don't think Republicans are ready to go against a 29-year-old woman.
Loud also laying out her priorities for Washington.
As a social worker, I understand that people need access to food, housing, and health care. I am running for Medicare for all to make sure our kids are fed, to make sure we're not bombing other countries and we're putting that money back into here at home.
All candidates say they encourage Mainers to get out and make their voices heard. In Bangor, Ryan Bell, News Center, Maine.